Hello, hi. Uh, my name is Nyaradzi Kavai, and this is my video on core components of a virtual machine and how I can leverage virtualization in a technology business setting. So, in a modern IT environment, a virtual machine is basically a full computer system uh, that exists as software. It runs its own operating system and applications, but instead of having physical hardware, it shares hardware resources through what is known as a hypervisor, which allows one physical server to run many independent computers safely. So the core components of a virtual machine include the hypervisor itself. So this is the first and most important component, which is a software layer that sits between hardware and the virtual machine, right? Its job rather is to divide resources like CPU, memory storage, and networking to keep each machine isolated so that in the event that one fails, others are not affected. The next one is the CPU. Yes, so the hypervisor splits the central processing unit into multiple CPUs, and each machine believes it has its own CPU, even though they are just sharing the same physical processor with other machines. Next up, with the random access memory. So each machine has a virtual machine, it has a virtual memory space assigned to it so that it can run its programs separately. Yes, so this is dynamically managed by the hypervisor. Another core component is the storage. So a virtual machine, instead of it having a real hard drive, it uses a virtual disk file. So what happens now is it is stored as a file rather than a physical medium of storage, right? We also have a virtual network interface, yes, which acts like a normal network card and allows the machine to communicate with other computers on the company network or the internet, but remaining logically separated. And finally, we've got the operating system itself. So it is installed inside the virtual machine, and we have operating systems such as Linux, Windows Server. Like in this course, Cloud Server Admin, I'm using Windows Server 2025 Data Center Edition. Yeah, I would like to believe so. Through Azure. Azure is one platform that provides cloud computing services. And in IT 125, Introduction to Information Technology, I'm using my virtual machines on Proxmox server, right? We can also run Linux on virtual machines, right? So in a business environment, virtualization is mainly used to reduce costs and increase reliability. For example, instead of buying several physical servers for various purposes, for example, accounting, database, etc., a company can run them through just one server. Let's say we have one server, then on that one server we have separate virtual machines, one for accounting, one for the database, another one for this and another one for that, separately running but in one server. This reduces electricity, as we will be using only one server, and also no need for other hardware, for extra hardware rather, right? Another important issue is disaster recovery. Remember earlier on I said a server allows us to use multiple computers separately, and in the event that one dies, right? Allow me to put it that way. Then the other ones are not affected. Which also brings us to another security advantage. If one virtual machine is compromised, right? Let's say payroll server is compromised, the accounting one, the database one, the one belonging to marketing isn't directly compromised because they are isolated by the hypervisor. And also virtualization in business enables us to do remote work via virtual desktops. So in summary, virtual machines provide flexibility, reliability, and cost saving. Yes, you do really save a lot. Thank you.